What's going on, everyone? Welcome to WWE 2K24 and welcome to the ultimate MyFaction guide, the ultimate MyFaction starting guide. I'm doing this off script. I'm just going through it straight away. We're just going straight off the head. I've wrote some notes down of what I want to talk about and hopefully provide the most insightful guide that you can watch and just to get an understanding of the mode. Now, there's going to be a lot of new players this year purely because of the persona cards aspect. For example, this John Cena you see on screen is a persona card identified by the little badge on the right hand side, which unlocks the card for every other game mode. So this will be a massive increase to players wanting to play the game. But welcome to MyFaction. This is a card collecting game mode. If you've played FIFA Ultimate Team, NBA, My Team, which this is essentially based off, any other card game, maybe UFC even, there's a ton of different sports card games that you can say this game's been inspired by. All of those fit the gimmick essentially. So what is MyFaction? MyFaction is a game where you collect cards, you collect different tiers of cards, and you build a roster of 4 males and 4 females, trying to get the best cards that you can possibly have in the game to increase your success rate. So the first thing I want to talk about MyFaction are the cards in general. They're the most important thing, of course. They're the reason you play the game. So let's get into the cards themselves. So in MyFaction, there are 4 classes of cards. If you see the Stone Cold Steve Austin right now, you will see that Stone Cold Steve Austin has a fist icon on the right hand side under his rating. This means that Stone Cold is a striker class. I'll get into the classes in a second. John Cena is, I want to say, a heavyweight class. I don't know the official term, but I call it a heavyweight, a strong weight, if you will. We have Ricky Steamboat here, who is a high flyer, indicated by the wings. And we have Cody Rhodes, which is a technician. These are the 4 classes that are in the game. These are the 4 classes that you create your faction around. Each class has a different reason for existing. They all have different challenges, different gameplay styles, different strengths, different weaknesses. So with those 4 classes in mind, let's get into the rarity of cards in MyFaction. So if we get, the best way to show you would be token market. I'll go over the token market shortly, so don't worry. Right, so we start off essentially, let me go card market, that'll be a better idea to give you guys roughly. We start off with bronze cards. These are the weakest cards in the game. They have no badges. Their attributes are fairly weak, you know. They're not too good, they're just average. You're never really going to want to use a bronze card. There's a chance you won't ever use a bronze card unless it's for a challenge. Again, I'll talk about that soon. The tier after bronze is silver. So again, silver, a little bit of an upgrade to bronze. I think this is where badges do start to come into the cards. Again, you're not really going to use any silver cards unless you want to challenge yourself, or there's a challenge in the game that requires you to use a silver card. Up from silver, we have the gold tier. Golds are not bad at all. This is where badges start to improve a little bit. Each card has basically 2 badges. As you can see right now, the badges start to increase by number. And yeah, gold's not too bad. But after gold, we have emerald. Emerald's obviously the green cards. If I show you some right now, you can have an idea of what emerald cards look like. I've redeemed a few, but we'll talk about the token shop soon. So emerald's not bad at all, you know. There's different things in the emerald tier. There's the attributes start going up. We start having up to 3 badges. I think this is when paybacks come into the game. I'm not too sure. Probably should have checked that, to be honest. As far as I'm aware, gold badges don't have any paybacks. No, so excuse me, just having a drink. Paybacks came with emeralds. Then after emerald, we have sapphire cards. If we go into the sapphire cards, we can see by this blue border around the card, these are all sapphires, around the 76, 75 rating. Not bad at all. After Sapphire, we have Ruby. You would have saw by the Stone Cold John Cena with the Rock at the start of the video. I have Ruby cards currently. That's the highest tier that I can obtain. The highest tier somebody has in the world right now is Amethyst. I can show these cards off actually. If I go into collector's level, don't worry about all of this. I'll explain this later on. But so we have Sapphire. We have Ruby cards here. We have an Amethyst card here. Again, a fairly high rated overall. An 87 card with quite a lot of badges. The attributes are really climbing up there into the 80s. To be fair, not a bad card at all. Amethysts are pretty dope. After Amethyst, we have Diamond. Diamond was the highest tier in 2K22. Again, Diamonds, solid choice. They will be late game cards. But because there are two higher tiers than Diamond, they might be mid game cards this year. After Diamond, we do have Pink Diamond, which was the highest tier in WWE 2K23. Pink Diamonds was the best tier in that game. Some fantastic Pink Diamonds cards. Very hard to obtain cards, but Pink Diamonds are amazing. Then, in 2K24, after Pink Diamond, we have Galaxy Opal cards. The highest tier in WWE possible in the WWE MyFaction game mode. There is no higher than Galaxy Opal. And once again, very new to the game. Previously, Pink Diamond was the highest. You will see right here we have a Bianca Belair on the card market icon right there. She's a 99 rated. We believe that Galaxy Opals will be 99 rated. As you can see, there's a Rhea Ripley right there. Really dope card. 99 rated again. So that's going to be interesting, man. But as we move forward, that's the rarity of the cards. So now I want to get into badges. Rarity and badges are some of the most important, I'd say, class. Rarity and the badges are the most important aspect of MyFaction. If there's anything you learn from this video, is that badges and classes are what make the game. It is what will make you have a good time or a bad time. Let's take a look at Stone Cold Steve Austin. There is a reason, spoiler alert, that I chose this card as my favourite card, as the best card in the game currently. If we, so I have to go onto this to actually take a look at Stone Cold Steve Austin. We have a look at Stone Cold Steve Austin right now. As you can see, he is a striker. Strikers, in my opinion, are the best class in the game. They are by far the best class, without a shadow of a doubt. But I want to talk about badges for a second. So, badges, we have Sting Like a Bee, Merciless Opportunist on this card. Now, it's only 2 badges, so you probably think, well, you know, it's only 2 badges, it's not going to be that good, you know. There's the Sheamus who had like 5 badges, the Amethyst. However, Sting Like a Bee is the #1 badge in the game. If you have a card and it has Sting Like a Bee, that card will show promise. You want to check your cards. You can check them by clicking the right stick, depending on the console, or whatever it is on PC. Always check what badges your cards have. Again, badges are what make the cards good. If a card has I'll explain how the colours work in a second. See if I can just go on Andre the Giant. So we've got purple badges. That's the second best tier, I believe, in this game. It has been up until this point. Let's just go down. Let's go on to Emerald, for example. So we've got blue badges. So as you'll see, Solo, for example, we've got Pain Train, which is a grey badge. That's tier #1. That's the lowest form of a badge you can have. It's a little improvement. It gives a little buff, not too much. Then we have a blue badge. The blue badge is basically tier level 2. Then we have a purple badge, which this Sting Like a Bee is on Stone Cold Steve Austin. Purple is very good. It's nearly the best it can be. However, there is a higher rating than purple. And that, folks, will be the gold tier. If we have a look at the Sheamus above here, we will see here that gold is the highest badge tier you can possibly get. In 2K23, one of the best cards in the game had 10 gold badges. Some of the most unbelievable stats. It's ridiculous. As you can see, here's an Oscar 96 rated card, and the highest tier badges she has is gold. She has a gold Sting Like a Bee, and that card will be ridiculous when it's unlocked. But let's talk about, let me go on to the MyFaction management. Let's talk about badges and what badges you want to look out for, and I'll try and explain the badges as briefly as possible to try and make this the best ultimate guide. So if we have a look on, let me go on to my collection again. I keep forgetting I need to do this to show you guys a little bit better. If we have a look at badges for Stone Cold, we've got Sting Like a Bee. As I've just said, Sting Like a Bee is the best badge in the game, by far, without a shadow of a doubt. Sting Like a Bee will make your games a hell of a lot easier. Now, what's the second best badge? Well, Stone Cold's got it. Merciless Opportunist. Again, depending on who you are, you might prefer other badges for certain reasons. But Merciless Opportunist, as you can see, will increase damage dealt to stunned opponents. Now, Sting Like a Bee, the badge is called, it says increases light and heavy attack damage. A little bit misleading because that's not, it does do that, but what Sting Like a Bee does is stun your opponent really quickly. If I show you, for example, this Stone Cold right now, I will quickly skip into a game with the edit feature. It'll take a couple minutes for me, but a few seconds for you. I'll see you there. Right, this is why Sting Like a Bee is the best badge in the game. I've just hit Grayson Waller twice, and he's already stunned. And as you can see, his health at the bottom is ridiculously low, to the point I can probably pin him and go for a 1-2-3. He might kick out, he might not. There you go. I hit Grayson Waller 4 times, and he was basically down for the count. Ignore Stone Cold's health. I forgot that this card can start with 3 finishers, so we had a bit of a difficulty. But yeah, right. I'll see you guys back on the menu. And that is why Sting Like a Bee and Merciless Opportunist are the 2 best badges in the game. They're not the only badges in the game. If we have a look at Andre the Giant, we have Heavy Handed. A very good badge, I'd say. If you have Heavy Handed as well, it can be just as good as Sting Like a Bee. Instead of pressing the X button or the square button, you would press A at the end of a combo and they would get massive stun damage. And again, Merciless Opportunity is purple. Andre the Giant looks to be a very good card because it has Heavy Handed purple and Merciless Opportunist purple. As you'll see, he's got quick recovery as well. As the match goes on, your recovery does go down, so this badge can help. I wouldn't say it's one of the best badges though. If we have a look, we've also got Becky Lynch here with Space Invader. Space Invader in the last 2 years was very helpful because submissions was one of the best, easiest ways to win in 2K22 and 2K23. In 2K24, it has took a nerf by the looks of it. You can still make people tap, but I don't think this badge is as important as it was, but it is still up there as one of the most important badges. So if you've got a character, for example, like Charlotte Flair, who does have the figure 4 8 leg lock, right? This Space Invader will help that massively because the figure 4 8 leg lock is a submission move, and the Space Invader would increase that a ridiculous ton. Now, there's a reason why John Cena is one of the best cards in the game currently. Not only does he have purple Sting Like a Bee, again, we've already covered Sting Like a Bee, he has Rabble Rouser. Rabble Rouser is essentially you do 2 taunts and you get a finisher. There are different tiers to this badge. At the lowest form, you might need to do 4 taunts to get a finisher. At the highest tier, which is gold, you only need to do 1 taunt and you get a finisher instantly. Overpowered, this can end matches stupidly quickly, especially in the earlier tiers where you're fighting bronzes, silvers, golds. This card's going to be very good. But again, don't worry about the card. I'm just talking about the badges for now. John Cena's always got... John Cena's also got Always See It Coming. To me, a lot of people don't talk about this badge. I think it's up there as one of, I'd say, the top 5 most important badges in the game. Gain special when you reverse an opponent's attack. So, this is only a silver version, so it's not that great. But if we have a look, was it Becky? There is a card that I've got, actually. No, I know. Let me show it you. There is a card that I've got where it's a purple, always see it coming. If we have a look at Becky Lynch right now, can we have a look over the right hand side? As you'll see, purple, always see it coming. When this Becky Lynch does about 3 reversals, I have a signature ready to go. When you play this game on legendary mode and you'll be doing some of the harder challenges, you will be having to reverse a ton. Having always see it coming is extremely helpful. It's going to help you an absolute ton, and you'll win a lot more games than what you thought. When you pull off a finisher, you do a ridiculous amount of damage, and that badge is just extremely important to have. We've got Slippery Eel, increased success of kicking out of pins. I'm just going to try and blast through a few right now. All of the answers, your reversals, combo breaks, so essentially just reverses, right, will build the stun meter of the opponent. Trying to see if there's any more. There's a lot of them, to be honest. The quick climber on the Undertaker, that increases climbing speed. Lionheart's quite a good one if you're doing handicap matches. Recover damage when you pull off a finisher, so you get health back when you do a finisher. And there's also one for kicking out of a pin that does the same effect, I believe. We've got Dive Bomber, increases aerial attack damage. Pain Train increases running speed damage. I'm trying to see if there's any others that we've got. There are probably more. There are a lot more badges. Going in hot, start the match with some special. You know, for an example, trying to see if there's any more that I can talk about at the moment. What's this Undertaker? Okay, it looks pretty good, to be fair. Purple, Merciless Opportunities, damn. Space Invader, purple. So again, when you're looking through cards that you want to get, look at the badges. First and foremost, look at the badges. I mean, if they're a card that you love using, you know, you just love the wrestler in general, then go for it, man. You know, enjoy yourself. But if you're trying to be meta, like all that Tommaso Ciampa, this is why Tommaso Ciampa was number 5 for me. I always see it coming blue and Sting Like a Bee. Very good badges to have on a card. Ridiculous. But as you'll see the point, I'm going to stop gushing over badges before the whole video becomes a best badges in 2K24. But yeah, hopefully I've proved the point of why badges are the most important thing in MyFaction. So, next up, where to begin? So I've talked about MyFaction, you know, the in-depth features such as the cards, the tiers, the classes, the badges. But where do you begin? What should you start first? Well, ideally, you don't want to start on MyFaction. I know that seems backwards, but I'm a hardcore MyFaction player. I've played MyFaction 2K22, MyFaction 2K23, and I've put about 60 hours of the early access into MyFaction 2K24. So I instantly went into MyFaction because I'm not too stressed. But if you want the best start possible, you will want to play Showcase, because I don't want to spoil anything. So if there is any spoilers, I'll edit it. Okay, we're back. I didn't want to show anything because it was a bit spoilery. But you can complete the Showcase on easy difficulty. For the difficulty, just go onto options, go onto gameplay. Trust me, MyFaction's going to be difficult enough. If you just want to get this over and done with, put it on easy mode, man. There's some ridiculous tasks you have to do in Showcase, so don't feel ashamed to put it on easy. I put it on easy just because I wanted the rewards. Because the rewards you get are some really good Ruby MyFaction cards that you can have straight from the get-go. They're free. All you need to do is complete the Showcase and do every single objective in the game. I mean, I think you have to do every objective. I did anyway. I just did every objective. And I got an achievement and some MyFaction stuff. Another thing you can do is My Rise. My Rise, there's 2 stories. There's My Rise Unleashed and My Rise Undisputed. Both of these will give you cards upon finishing for MyFaction. I still haven't done these yet, so I don't have the cards. But I've already got some of the best cards in the game. So I'm not too fussed. I will finish both of these because I like getting all the achievements in the games anyway. But if you've done both of them, one of them, again, I'd say go for Showcase, definitely. Even if you don't do My Rise, definitely do Showcase. You don't have to do My Rise, but again, you do get those cards for it, so it can help you. But you've done those modes, or you've chosen not to, then that's fine. But where to begin, okay? So when you start up MyFaction, you will be getting a starter pack. There's a chance a lot of you probably have already picked your starter pack, so this won't count for you. But for those of you who are new to WWE, today is the launch date. If you're new to the game or you're new to MyFaction and you haven't yet started it, then you will get a option to open up 4 packs at the start. Well, it won't be an option. You'll have to open up 4 packs. What pack do I think you should choose? Now, I said this earlier, but I'll give you guys another reason. In my opinion, you should pick the Strikers pack. Now, whether you like him or not, you get Grayson Waller from that starter pack. Grayson Waller is a striker. He's got Rage, which enters Beast Mode after taking damage. Excuse me. He's got Sting Like a Bee. Again, very good badge, as I've already spoken. The best badge in the game. And overall, he's a striker. But why strikers? Why are strikers the best card in the game? Again, I'm going to show you guys right now why strikers are the best card in the game. If we go into Proving Grounds, I'll get into Proving Grounds soon. Don't worry about it. Proving Grounds is... Yeah, I'll just say this now. The reason why strikers are the best card in the game is because if you want to do Proving Grounds, you're going to want to use strikers, okay? Without a shadow of a doubt, strikers are going to be your fastest way to finish this game mode, to finish Proving Grounds. All the other game modes, you can choose what you want. But in game modes where you need to get MFP, strikers are your go-to, without a shadow of a doubt. It is the best way, it's the fastest way, the easiest way. So, in my opinion, I would choose the strikers pack. Now, you don't have to, of course, if you want, play how you want to play. But if you want to get things done fast, you want to do the things the best way possible, I think strikers are going to be what you want to do. But once you've chose your starter pack, you will have a ton of game modes to choose from. So let's start from live events. You will get live events in the game, right? As you'll see, there are 4 at the launch of the game. I've done all 4 of them. They have 24 days left until these events disappear, and they do not come back. Some of them do reoccur often, because live events came in 2K23 for the first time, but they don't come back often, if at all. So bear that in mind before, choosing not to do them. Now, if you check upcoming, you have tons of different events that are happening. You can see when they come out. There's some actually coming out in 1 hour. So we have 3 that are coming out today, which is pretty decent, to be fair. But these are essentially little challenges for you to do. You get an award for it. And it will ask you for a requirement. For example, this one, you need to play as Matt or John Cena. Again, if you haven't got that card, you want to put the locker code in, finish your story. Well, the locker code is your story 2K24, okay? And you'll unlock this John Cena here. But the live events are essentially just little challenges that give you rewards on the right-hand side, as you can see, whether it's MyFaction points. If we take a look over here, as you start to go through the live events, there are live events that will come out that will give multiple awards. For example, on this one, you can get 1,000 points, then you can do it again and get cosmetics, do it again, get Superstar Series 1, do it again, and get Becky Lynch. It's not guaranteed what reward you'll get first. You could do it straight away and get Becky Lynch instantly, but once you get an award, that award is then locked. So let's say you do the live event, right, and you get the 1,000 MyFaction points. Once you get the 1,000 MyFaction points, the next time you do it, you will either get Cosmetic, Superstar Series 1, or the Becky Lynch, and it keeps going until you've got all the awards. So you can't get duplicate awards. You just go through all the awards once. Again, if you just want the Becky Lynch, keep playing until you get the Becky Lynch. I will be getting all the awards because I want all the possible cards in the game. But yeah, that's live events. Now I want to talk about live events. Fear of missing out. A massive problem with 2K23 was there were certain events where you had to have a certain card from a pack. If you didn't have that card, you could not participate in the event. And the chances are this game will be the same. Apologies, I'm just having a drink. The chances are this game will be the same. There's just going to be some matches that you're locked out of. It is what it is. Don't take it to heart. Don't think about it too much. There are going to be some cards you will miss out on. It's unfortunate, but it's 2K being 2K, unfortunately. There's not a fat lot that you can do. But always check when they're expiring. Try and get them done as soon as possible, just so they're out of the way. If there is one thing you want to do, just try and get them done. Even if they don't look, for example, this Fatal 4-Way match for 500 MFP is a little pointless. It's not really a lot you get for it, but why not? It's 500 I didn't have, you know. So, the next game mode, we'll talk about Faction Wars last. We've got Weekly Towers. On a Monday, we get a new Weekly Tower, which consists of 5 matches. As you can see, week 1's not too bad. Week 2 starts to go up in tier to the Emeralds. Then we're on week 4, still Emerald tier. Chances are week 5's going to have Sapphires. Take your time. The problem is you cannot do all the weeks until you've done the previous week. So right now, for you, if you've not played MyFaction yet, week 4 will be locked until you do week 3. Vice versa, all the way to week 1. So you will have to start from the beginning. As the game gets on, they will be dropping better rewards, higher rewards. Sometimes we get packs, sometimes we get superstars, sometimes we get tokens. Oddities are a new thing in the game. I'll talk about oddities in a second, to be honest. We'll talk about oddities last because they're a whole thing in itself. But yeah, keep up to date with your weeklies. They're not too bad. Again, it's 5 matches. There's some really fun matches. I love the over-the-top battle royales. They're a little difficult, but they're okay. But yeah, get them done. Weekly Towers is fine. So we then have Ranked. Ranked's got a lot of problems right now. Look, you don't have to play this game online to find enjoyment in it. It's up to you if you want to. But there's a lot of problems with the games right now with people disconnecting when they're losing. If you lose a ton of RP, getting deranked. The RP you get for winning isn't anywhere near enough. It's just not a great experience, to be truthful. I've played it a fair bit. It's better than 2K23. But if we have a look at the awards, right, let's just say Sapphire. So when you do rank up, you do get a promotion award. But to me, it's a bit pointless, okay? This Stardust oddities, you can get that from week 4 regardless. So I wouldn't worry about it. As you can see, you get more rewards for ranking up. They are nice rewards, like 25 tokens is pretty good. You know, a Ruby LA Knight, another Ruby LA Knight. Like, these are good rewards, but I don't think it's worth it. They need to fix online, for these rewards to be worth it. Like, it's a little bit ridiculous. So don't worry about ranked play for the moment. Same with quick play, essentially the same sort of idea, but instead of ranked, it's just a casual player, right? It's not took as seriously. You don't really get rewards, so just completely ignore that entirely. So, moving on to Proving Grounds. Proving Grounds is the hardest challenge in MyFaction. If you really want to challenge yourself, if you want to become good at the game, again, I don't mean to say this as cocky or arrogant. I don't think I'm that good. It's not hard to be good at 2K. You play MyFaction. Play Proving Grounds, right? Now, let me give you Chapter 1, for example. Let's go Chapter 1, Match 1. The very first match in MyFaction, right? Against a no-name, silent, weird-looking guy. A bronze level 55. This match should be very easy, right? Now, it is if you play it on normal. It's not too bad if you play it on hard. But if you play it on legendary, you will get your ass kicked. This is why you want strikers. Because I'll show you guys, for example, right? If we go into a game with Stone Cold Steve Austin, I'll show you guys when it's there. I'll just give you a little taste of why you want strikers, okay? Versus the other cards. So, you will need to do these matches on Legendary to get the medals required to unlock all the cards. So, if I have a look at Stone Cold's match actions, we have Showboat and Taunt, right? So, asking for it in Showboat. Every single card will have these two, so don't worry about it. We have finisher, and signature move. Every single class of card will have this challenge, so don't worry about it. All of the classes will have these 4 cards, these 4 challenges. High flyers, heavyweights, technicians, and strikers. All of them will have these 4 challenges, so that's not a problem. However, on the right hand side, we at least need to do 2 of them to get the full 90 MFP, right? If you get all the 4 on the left, you only need to get 2 on the right. But strikers are by far the easiest way to get these challenges done, because as you'll see there, we have land 25 light or heavy strikes, land 10 light attacks, and damage the opponent's head. These are all very simple tasks, are very easy to do. Technicians, you have to damage the legs and damage the arms, which is very time consuming, and you have to go out of your way to do it. Bear in mind, on Legendary, they reverse a shit ton, so you have to put up with them reversing constantly and trying to damage their arms and legs. It's a difficult process. Heavyweights aren't too bad, but you need to do 10 grab attacks and 10 heavy attacks, right? I think it's heavy attacks. But regardless, it's still very time consuming. Grab attacks are a longer animation. They're not as fast as strikes, okay? They're just not. I can show you guys how fast strikes are right now. So this is striking. This is how fast striking is, right? So I've already done 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've already done 10, 11, 12. So as you see, I've already done 12, okay? Already done 12. Let's just get a dodge. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, he's going to reverse. They do reverse a shit ton, to be honest. So just prepare for that. It's fine. You know, it is what it is. If we just get him up again. I'm not going to play a full game. I'm just trying to show you guys an example. Right, boom. We've got 25. We've already done the 2 challenges for this card. Now we're just going to get the taunts out of the way. If I can just get the taunts done really quickly. Right. Now let me show you guys. So if we go on match actions, we've already done 4. The next ones we have to do is land a finisher and land a signature move. This isn't too bad at all. Each challenge gives you like 15, I think. Whoa. Right. I may as well just finish it at this point. So as you'll see, he's got red, orange health. I'm going to hit him with a Stone Cold Stunner. That gets him to red. That gets me my finisher challenge done. And we go for the pin. And boom, there you go. Instant win. Didn't take that long. What, over a minute? Try doing that match on Legendary difficulty with a Technician. Try doing it with a High Flyer. Try doing it with a Powerhouse. You will not get it done as quickly as you will with a Striker. And you're probably thinking, yeah, but that doesn't bother me. I don't mind doing these matches. And that's fair enough, okay? That's not a problem. However, as I'm about to show you guys, if we go ahead, there are 5 matches in each tower. There are, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 matches a chapter, right? And these matches aren't just 1v1s. There's tornado tags. There's triple threats. Now, if you lose, you need to go to the match from the beginning and get all the MFP again. So without a striker, you're going to have to damage the legs if you're a technician, right? Submission matches, which are grueling, by the way. They're horrible to do. We have a ladder match that, again, infuriating matches to do. We've got again, there's some very long matches that take a lot of time, a lot of attention to do. Again, so what, 30 matches a chapter? You have to do all of them on Legendary difficulty to earn the tokens at the end right there. So as you'll see, doing all of the matches on Legendary difficulty will give you 90 medals, which will give you the final reward. As you can see, you get a lot more tokens as the weeks progress. So that's Proving Grounds. And that is why Strikers are the best class in the game. Now, if you're playing Weekly Towers, if you're playing Faction Wars, don't worry about the class, have fun. Just, I'd say focus more on the badges than the class, you know. But if you're doing Proving Grounds, you want a good striker, which is why Stone Cold, in my opinion, is the best card in the game. So, the next game mode I want to talk about, and the answer to where you should begin is, in fact, Faction Wars. Let's get into Faction Wars really quickly. Let's have a drink as well. So, Faction Wars. Faction Wars was on 2K22, 2K23. They were identical in that game. On this game, it has had a huge, I mean huge upgrade. It's ridiculous. It's a very fun game mode. The best game mode on the game in my opinion. So if we go, what you want to do first of all, when you play MyFaction, you want to start off with the best cards possible. This is why you should do Showcase first, because you already have rubies to begin Faction Wars with. So if we take a look on the right hand side, you will see credit rate rarity bonus. Without rubies right now, you know what? Actually, I might as well show you guys just for an example. So with rubies right now, we're getting a 60% bonus. Now, let's say you don't have no rubies, right? Which is fine. You know, I didn't have rubies at the start. Let's say you start with gold, right? Let's just put some gold. Let's put some gold stars in. You will have a emerald because the starter pack is emerald, I believe. So let's put the next gold card in there, and let's put one emerald in, right? I don't know, Sami Zayn, whatever. This is kind of what your starting deck will look like if you've not done Showcase. So again, if we go over to Faction Wars now, let's click 2v2. As you'll see, my credit rarity bonus has gone from 60%, which is a huge increase, to only 11%. And because you only have limited tickets, you will get a worse start than what you would if you go into it with rubies. If you go into it with rubies, you're going to get credits a lot faster. If I had started the game, when you start the game, you get 5 tickets. You also get a bonus ticket for playing MyFaction, so that's 6 tickets. You also get another ticket for completing collection sets, so that's 7 tickets. If I had known about the rarity bonus at the start, I would have a lot more credits right now than what I do, because you get more credits in the game mode if you have ruby rarity. Right, I'm going to quickly change my team again, and I'll be back in just a second. Right, so we're back. I've just changed the team. As you can see, we're back to 60 credit rarity bonus. So we're going to just click on at the start. I've already done a Faction Wars video, but we're just going to skip over this, right? You're going to get armor for whatever cards. I'll only be using Stone Cold this entire game mode, so it doesn't bother me, right? As you'll see, you will have to use a ticket to be able to play, which is, again, a very silly practice by 2K. I don't know why there's a limit on this game mode. It's very stupid. But when you do these matches, when you go across this path, you will see a, if we have a look at the run summary, you've got Vitality, which are the reds. You've got, rewards, choice nodes, mystery nodes. You've also got, which is the muscles icon. These will give you credits in choice. Now, if I were to click on these now, I'm going to get, 300 and something credits, right, straight away. Whereas if you don't play Showcase and you start off with very low rarity cards, you just will not get as many credits. You just won't. Why are credits important? Because when you finish Faction Wars and you defeat the bosses that you face, you will unlock the bosses in this section. As you can see, I believe I've unlocked every boss in the game. Have I? I've unlocked all the bosses. Let's go. So you'll see at the top right hand side, I've got 4,000 Faction Wars credits, right? You will need these credits to unlock these. This is why this is where you should start, because you can get the best card in the game from this exchange shop, which is Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Rock is also second, so you can also get the Rock from here as well. John Cena's very good as well. So you can get a ton of fantastic cards from this shop. So again, all of the best cards in the game, bar 2 or 3, in my opinion, are the best cards currently in MyFaction. Of course, as Amethyst come out and Diamond, Pink Diamond, Galaxy Opal, of course, these cards will be replaced by higher rarity cards. But you can get some of the best cards in the game right now if you start off with Faction Wars, which will also set you up for the rest of the game, because once you unlock those best cards in the game, the rest of the game will be a breeze. You can then breeze through the weekly towers. You can then breeze through proving grounds, as I just showed you with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Faction Wars, to me, is the best place to go for. So we've gone over all the game modes. We've gone over everything, what you want to know about the game modes, how to proceed with them and whatnot. Let's talk about packs. Okay, this is where the video takes a bit of a turn for the worse. So, of course I would get dashboarded. Let's go, WWE. It's like they knew I was about to slag them off. It's like they knew I was about to absolutely shit all over the game's practice right now. So they were like, okay, we're going to get DMCA'd if we don't skip this. Right, let's go back onto MyFaction. We love that. Fantastic. Right, we're back. As you can see, they did not want us to talk about packs. Interestingly enough, these only have an hour and 6 minutes remaining on them. Interesting. So while this video comes out, these may be different. So for right now, this is my opinion, because these are the packs we have. So as is the current base game, we have Legend Series 1. Oh my god, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Undertaker, HBK, The Rock. Wow, fantastic. Let's have a look at some of these cards. Oh my god, Stone Cold, Brett, the best there was, the best there is, the best there ever will be. Bruno Sammartino, Hulk Hogan. Guys, why would you hate this pack? Triple H, The Game. Like, what's the hate about these packs? Well, they're misleading, that's why. Now, if you have a look at these cards, you'll think, oh my god, look at these cards. Wow, that's fantastic. And I'm going to sacrifice myself right now just to show you guys why you shouldn't buy these. So let's buy a pack. No doubt I'm going to get a Legends just because I'm slagging it off. But I'm going to buy a pack. I don't care. Don't do this. Do not spend your money. I'm just going to do it for the sakes of the video. Let's open this pack right now. Let's see what we get. If we do get lucky, we get lucky. But I don't think we will. So, oh my god, look at that. I essentially got 3 duplicates. I actually got nothing in that pack. We'll just open another one. I need to give you guys a better example. Again, save your points. Don't do what I'm doing right now. Okay, that's a much better example. Let's go. So, the best thing we got in there was the SmackDown logo. We did not get a Legend. We got a Silver Manager, which is useless. No one's going to do it. And the best card we got was Flint McStones. You can't make it up. So as you saw, right, you'll look at these cards and you'll think, wow, oh my god, look at the Legends. That's amazing. Oh, that's brilliant. But here's the thing. Keep scrolling down past these cards and watch that. It's Superstar Series cards. As we scroll down further, the Silver Superstar Series cards. As we scroll down further, there are Bronze Superstar Series cards. I don't know why these are in this pack. They're a completely separate set. The Legends pack should just be the Legends on its own. There's no reason to have all of these trash wrestlers in this pack. It's ridiculous. You should not buy it. Do not get these packs. There, as you saw, I've just spent nearly 20k, 24k, just to show you guys, right, I sacrificed myself for you. Like, that deserves a like on the video, please, okay? I just took a shot, so you lot didn't have to. Do not buy these packs. I can't say it enough. Don't do it. Save up your money. There is a new pack coming next week, I believe. Although, these have, what, an hour left on them. So maybe there's a new pack coming today. I don't quite know. But yeah, check the packs, right? Click Y, click triangle, whatever button it is, and scroll through them, man. Check what's available in these packs. If there's a ton of really trash cards, like you can see, that I've just got, do not buy them, okay? We can have a look at the pack odds as well. If we click X and we go to odds by rarity, there is a 1 in 10 chance that you will pull one of those Legends Sapphires. A 1 in 10. There's a 13 in 100% chance that you will pull an Emerald. There's a 33% chance you'll pull a Gold, but there are no Gold Legends card. They are all Superstar Series cards. And again, there's a 29%. Of course, I would put a Bronze and a Silver, even though Gold's higher, but regardless, it doesn't matter, right? I wanted to show you guys. Have a look at the pack odds. If like some of the best cards are below 25%, I wouldn't bother. I just would not bother. Don't entertain it. Don't get these packs. They're pointless. They're a waste of time, a waste of effort, a waste of money. All of the best cards in the game right now are free. You don't even need to buy these cards. And let's say you do open a pack and you do get Stone Cold Steve Austin, which, by the way, it's not too bad. It's got base sting like a bee, heavy-handed. He can kick out of pins a little bit easier. But the Ruby Stone Cold Steve Austin that I've got in my faction right now, which was free, all I had to do was play Faction Wars, which is fun anyway. This card is way better. You don't even need these Legends cards. Unless, of course, you want to build up your collection. But yeah, don't buy them, man. Please don't buy them, right? Before this becomes a rant about how bad these packs are. Let's get on to the token shop explanation. So the token shop, I don't mind the token shop, it's fine. Although the price of them are a bit egregious. But right now, we have Emerald cards and Sapphire cards. These cards are pointless. To be truthful, there's not really any great cards in here. I'm only unlocking them all because I'm a completionist. I like to get them all. I'm going to be getting a ton of tokens throughout the year, so it doesn't bother me. Once again, just check the badges on them. Check for some of the badges that I mentioned. There's not really any good one. I was going to do a video on the best token shop cards, but there really isn't any best token shop cards. Like, maybe Baron Corbin. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Indy Hartwell. No. Again, they're just not that great, you know? They're just not that great. We've got, okay, Nikki Cross. She's got increased damage dealt to stunned opponents and attacking damage to red limbs builds more stun. If you were to pick one, pick her. But again, there's so much better cards that, yeah, just you have to get them. You have to get at least 8 to unlock the Sapphires. But the Sapphires have the exact same problem. There's just not really any good Sapphires. To be truthful, there's just not. There's always a choice of cards that you can take. You can take all of them. I don't know how many you need. You need 8 Sapphires as well. Bloody hell, 50 for a Sapphire? That's crazy, man. But yeah, Ruby will be coming down the line at some point. But it's going to be interesting to see how much those Galaxy Opal cards are going to cost. That's going to be very interesting to see how that works. But that's the token market. Very self-explanatory. Yeah, not that difficulty. Right, let's have a look. What else have we got? Let's have a look. Let me take a look at the card market quickly for you lot. So the card market, all of the cards that are in the Legends pack, excuse me, my drink went down a bit awkward then. All of the cards that are in the Legends pack, apart from the Legends themselves, because of course, they're all available here, right? Again, 20k for a gold card is not worth it. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Though, surprisingly enough, I've actually spent a little bit of my faction points on these cards because I want to build up my collection. I think they're pretty funny looking as well. We've got Heath Manhattan, which is basically Elvis, Clubberella, Clint McDougall. Like, there's some ridiculous cards here, to be honest. But yeah, you can get away without getting any cards from there. Hopefully, as time progresses, better cards become available. They need to sort the prices out, though, man, because the prices are just horrendous right now. There's no reason to buy them. They're not worth it. You can just get the free cards. But let's have a look at collector's level. So, collection cards, right? As you'll see, I'm level 5 right now. I have 169 cards. Nice. In the game. At 180, I will unlock some Sapphire side plates. Pointless. At level 7, we get 210 cards. Level 8, a Ruby Rey Mysterio. At level 9, Ruby side plates. Level 10, 320 cards. And I believe Bullfrog, one of the content creators, currently has this card. I don't know how he's got 360 cards already in the game. I know 2K gave him a shit ton of VC to use on packs, so that's probably the reason. No hate to him though, like shit, if you can, man, get your bag, bro, get your bag. But yeah, that's collector's level. Don't focus too much on it, man. You know, don't think, oh my god, I need to open packs because I need to get cards. I need to get all the way up here because despite these cards looking good, there's going to be better cards in the game elsewhere. You do not need these cards in order to have the best cards in the game. One of the best pink diamonds I got from a live event last year. I used it pretty much the entire game. So I wouldn't worry too much about collector's level. But I'd say focus on it to a point, right? Now, the next thing I want to talk about is back to Proving Grounds. So, a fun thing you can do, if we have a look on Chapter 1, each tower will give you rewards. So if you have a look at this tower, if you complete all the matches on Legendary, you will get a Superstar Series 1 pack. Again, if you complete all of these, pretty much give a Superstar Series 1 pack, apart from 2 of them which give cosmetics and a Tiffany Stratton card for that one. But if we have a look at some of these, let's have a look at week number 2. No, not week number 2, sorry. Wreckage Tower number 2. As you'll see, there's a challenge at the bottom for Emerald Cosmetics. Land 150 grab attacks. Now, cosmetic cards, they're like logos and badges and things you can have for your customization for your MyFaction. They're not really important, but they do go into your collection. They do add to your collection. So they're not hard to get. They're a little tedious at some points. Like if we scroll down, it's probably going to be a really tedious one. Let's have a look at Ladies Night. There might be some tedious ones here. So cosmetics, right? Win 10 matches, no damaged body parts. So technically you have to go through the tower twice to get this one. But it's not too bad. I could just do all the game modes on easy with a really strong female card and just win. And I'll get Sapphire Cosmetics. The chances are I'll get quite a few cards that I haven't already got. And it'll help my collector's level. So go through MyFaction. Take a look at the card. I wouldn't worry about the side plates. Don't go out of your way for them because they're pretty pointless, to be honest. They will help for a little while, but again, like, nah, there's going to be better side plates than Sapphire down the year, so I wouldn't worry about the side plates, to be truthful. But take a look at the cosmetics. Scroll through the challenges. So there's one here. Damage 15 opponents' legs. That one's a little bit of a tedious one, to be honest. I'm going to have to see if there's a superstar that has a move that damages their legs. Probably Charlotte Flair, to be fair, is what I'll have to do. But I have to do that essentially 15 times. So that's going to be a bit of a drag. But again, it's free cards, you know. If we scroll down again, there's no more left on this one. So let's have a look at this tower. Payback. We've got cosmetics on this one. Land 1,000 light attacks. Listen, bro, put a stream on. Get Stone Cold out, put it on the easiest. By the way, you don't need legendary difficulty to get all of these done. Just go on normal difficulty and just blast through a match. Try and set yourself a half an hour time limit and just get as many light attacks off as you can get. Light attacks, by the way, is when you're standing up. Don't attack them while they're down because I don't think it counts. Just pick them up and just start beating them up with the X button. And when they're stunned, just press X constantly or square, whatever the button is, to get these done. If we scroll down, you've also got like MFP as well. I mean, you get MFP for finishing a match, so maybe you can get bonus MFP. These are fun challenges. It can be helpful for the grind. Oh, here we go. Pin 5 opponents as a technician. I can just go through this match with like Ruby, Cody Rhodes, you know, pull off a Crossroads, get the finisher, boom. I'll unlock that cosmetics pretty quickly, to be honest. Land 35 signature moves for 1,250 MFP. Not too bad at all. But yeah, you get the drift, right? There's loads of different challenges you can do in Proving Grounds aside from the main challenge. So yeah, definitely worth looking into the cosmetics for the game. There's a lot of things to do. I did have a note here that just says, get Stone Cold. So get Stone Cold if you haven't already. Try and get some of the best cards in the game. Get John Cena. But don't do Proving Grounds unless either A, you've got Stone Cold Steve Austin, in my opinion, or B, you've got Grayson Waller from the starter pack. This is probably the last thing I should mention. I apologise if the video has been a bit long, but I want to get as much information out for you guys as possible. If you have a look at Evolution cards right now, these are the 2 cards you get in the Striker pack. Again, I don't really care too much for Blair Davenport or Grayson Waller, but their badges are pretty fun. They've got identical badges, identical ratings as well. They start off as an Emerald. They have challenges like land heavy attacks, land light attacks, land, damage opponents' heads, right? So these are challenges you're going to be doing anyway in Proving Grounds. So you could use these cards for Proving Grounds and evolve them as you go. And they go from Emerald to Sapphire, from Sapphire to Ruby. They cap out at Ruby. They don't evolve past Ruby. But there is a chance that there's going to be more evolution cards coming out. And yeah, man, evolution cards are pretty fun. But folks, that covers the entire video. I don't think there's anything else I have forgot. I apologise about the length of this one. It will be a long one. But I really wanted to give you guys the ultimate guide to MyFaction. The best possible explanation for everything from someone who's put roughly, I want to say 1,000 hours into the game. Like, I've put a lot of hours into the game. And like, can I go on to achievements right now? So I've played about 28 days. So what's 28 days? Good Lord. All of this is MyFaction, by the way. That's like 240. Bloody hell. I don't know how many hours that is. It's like 240 hours. Right, 10 days. We got what? 480 hours. That's just on one game. Plus the 8 days. Over 550 hours, right, on that game alone. Then we've also got MyFaction for 2K22, which I put a shit ton of time into as well. So you get the drift, man. I've put a lot of hours into it. I'd like to think I know what I'm talking about. You know, I've played the game long enough. That's why I've got a news account to talk about this and help people and try and build this into the best possible community it can be, you know. But I'm going to wrap this one up here, folks. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for watching the ultimate MyFaction guide. I hope you've learned something as well, man. Please comment below. Shout out to everyone who's liking the videos, commenting on the videos, showing love on Twitter, man. It means a lot. And I just appreciate the head out of all of you. With that, I hope you enjoy MyFaction. Keep on the grind. And I'll be speaking to you guys soon. Peace.